Okay, so we have the start of a working game. We've got a fish and a shark, and I can catch. That's going to take a lot, honestly. I can get that close. Look at that. I'm still catching all the fish. It's not a difficult game, is it? What I really, or might be a bit tricky to get that one. Oh, he beat me. But of course, I can catch him up. Got him. But the whole point is, it's really not a difficult game. It might be a lot harder if there were 3 fish swimming across, and trying to catch them all at the same time might be a bit difficult. And that's where we're going to go with this. Now, the first thing that I'm going to do, just for aesthetic reasons, is I'm going to get rid of the XY. So I'm going to go down to stage, and I'm going to go across to backdrops, and I'm going to choose the underwater one. And that looks lovely. Look, you can see the shark and the fish. Oh, giant shark. So let's go back to code, and let's go back to the fish. So what I want is, when the game starts, I want to make 3 copies of this fish. Now, you might be thinking, well, okay, why don't you just duplicate that 2 more times, you get 3 fish. And in the first version of Scratch, Scratch 1.4, that was how you had to do things. But in Scratch 2, and it's still in Scratch 3, you're able to clone an object, make copies of it. So to do that, I need to basically do the following. I'm going to break this bit of code apart. And when the green flag is clicked, I don't want to start doing that. I want to make 3 clones. Now, if I press Control and scroll down, right at the bottom I have these 3 blocks, all about clones. I want to create a clone of myself, but I want to do it 3 times. So I need, if I scroll back up, a repeat loop, and put that in there, and I'll do 3. Now, if I press play, you're thinking there aren't 3 clones. There are, actually. Look, they're there. And the 4th one, of course, is the original. So I actually have 4 fish here. We'll come back to that a little bit later on. But when I press play, there are in fact 3 clones there, and the original. But the thing is that I want this to happen on the clones. So, back down where we were, when I start as clones, the block that I need. And now watch what happens. If I press stop, I press go, 3 cloned fish start swimming across the screen. How cool is that? And the shark eats one, and look, I get another one. And if the shark eats one, that's good. I'm quite happy with that. But there's a couple of things that I want to deal with. Number 1, the original fish is still there. And that's a problem because, you know, we don't want it there. We just want the clones. And number 2, when I pressed the game, all 3 clones appeared at the same time. That's somewhat annoying. I might want a bit of a delay between those clones. So 1, how can we get rid of the fish? And 2, how can we have the clones start staggered? Well, this is going to be your task. So let's look at this bits of code. When the green flag is clicked, the original fish will repeat 3 clones of itself, and then the clones will do this. So what I really want to say is the following. Original fish, when the game starts, it needs to be visible. If we go to looks, we could, all the way down the bottom, have these show and hide commands. So when the game starts, the original fish must be visible, then it creates 3 clones, and then the original fish must disappear. But how can we introduce a slight delay? It's as if maybe when we repeat the clone, it goes 1 clone, 2 clone, 3 clone. But what about if we had in control actually at the top there, await command. Await command. Maybe that could be in the loop, but it's going to wait 1 second. But we know about random numbers, but here's something else that you need to know about. Whilst we can have a random number, a delay between 1 and 10 seconds might be a bit too long. But in operators, there's another one here, divided by. And you could put this inside there. Now, that's going to pick a random number between 1 and 10, 5 or 6 or 7. But if you divide that by 10, 5 divided by 10 is 0.5. So that way you can have a delay of like half a second. 7 divided by 10 is 0.7, so that's, well, 0.7 of a second. So what I want you to do is this. Your task is this. I want you to give me 3 clones. I want you to make sure the original disappears, and I want those clones to start randomly with a little bit of a delay. Now, where you put that delay, that's up to you. It could possibly go in more than one place in here.